Is now the best time to sell your property in Calgary? Now, this is a question I keep getting asked, and it's hard to give a straight answer. It's kind of like trying to time the stock market. It is near impossible, but as we go through the monthly stats here, I'll give you my opinion on what could happen. And with that said, we just set another record in September for 2,441 sales, so our market is still quite strong. In terms of inventory, like it ticked up a little bit, but not enough to change the supply and demand of the market. So 3,191 new listings, and the current inventory is at 3,369. And that puts us into seller's market territory at 1.38 months of supply. Again, what this means is if no one can list a property for sale, it would just take 1.38 months to sell the remaining inventory. That is very strong seller's market territory still. If this number gets to like 2 or 3, that'll be a bit more balanced. But as of right now, it's still a seller's market territory. And the question is now the best time to sell your property. I would consider it just because I've noticed a few things here and there that indicates to me that the market might be balancing out a little bit. You know, it's hard to say. And why I say this, I just closed a transaction for a brand new home in South Calgary, and the buyer sent me about 30 properties to consider. Now, if this was a few months ago, there wouldn't even be 30 properties to look at. They would all be conditionally sold or sold unconditionally. So not only were there some properties to consider, is that of the 30 properties he sent me, only about 2 or 3 were conditionally sold. The rest were all available. Again, that wouldn't happen a few months ago. And when we wrote our offer, we were the only people with the offer. It wasn't a multiple offer situation. It was just us. And we took our time. My client was an engineer, and a lot of engineers, they do their due diligence, and they really consider everything. I thought that during this process, we might lose out because we were taking our time. But it was just us. Nobody else came. And so it just shows to me that maybe the market is balancing out a little bit. Now, I don't think it's going to crash by any means, but instead of being like a hardcore crazy market with homes selling one day on the market unconditionally, maybe it'll be a bit more balanced, which is actually a good thing. So the answer, should you sell your home right now? I mean, if you have plans to maybe downsize or upsize, or you're moving out of town, sure, it's a great time to sell your property. If you're trying to time the market, I would consider it as well. Now, another thing to consider if you're trying to time the market is, generally speaking, this time of the year, I would say from like mid-November until February, it is the slowest time of the year for people moving. And if you look at our migration levels, that's causing a lot of the buyer demand in Calgary. And if there are less people moving here, maybe the inventory ticks up a little bit, and it takes us away from like the hardcore seller's market into more balanced territory as well. Now, if you're a seller, it doesn't actually take all that much. If a buyer only has like 1 or 2 properties to choose from, that's when you get like the crazy unconditional offers way over list price. But if they have like 5 or 6 or 7, then they can take their time, and you don't really see that situation develop as much. Now, this is very speculative. Who knows? Maybe the market continues to be red hot right through the winter. But my opinion is maybe you should consider it if your sole intention is just to time the market. But if you are selling because you have plans, like you're moving out of the province, or you're moving up, you're upsizing or downsizing, who knows? If that's your intention, now is a great time to sell your property as well. So moving along with the stats, I'll just show you like a regional breakdown of the pricing here. So these averages are including everything. So single family homes, condos, duplexes, townhouses. And so the city center, just shy of 600,000. This is a bit deceiving because most condo sales are in the city center, so it's driving this average down. But this really is the most expensive part of Calgary in terms of single family homes. Then it would be the west side, 685, northwest at 611. Then the north, south, and the southeast are all kind of around the 550. And then the most affordable parts of Calgary are the northeast at 482, and then the east side at 393. And I'll just give you a quick rundown sector by sector. So for detached sales, I would say over 700,000, the inventory is kind of improving a little bit, and then under 700,000, it's very tight. So we had 1,147 sales last month. That's up 18% over last year. New listings, 1,517, and our total inventory is at 1,664, down 25% over last year. Months of supply at 1.45 months, so definitely still a seller's market territory for single-family detached homes. Days on the market, 25. This includes the pending period, which usually takes about 10 business days. So homes are still selling very quickly. And the median price, $650,000. Moving into condos, this sector is doing very well. And I think so because a lot of the buyers are being pushed into lower price ranges, which condos generally fit into. And so we're seeing that really take off here. It's about 706 sales over last year. That is up 57% year over year, like a crazy increase. New listings, 925. The current inventory, only 1,024. Months of supply, 1.45 months, so strong seller's market territory. Very surprising. The condo market used to be really bad in Calgary, but as you can see, it's doing very well at the moment. 28 days on the market, and the median price is $290,000. And now for semi-detached, kind of similar to everything else, 191 sales. This is a smaller sector in Calgary, as you can see. New listings, 277, and the inventory is at 295, down 22% over last year. Months of supply, 1.5 months, and the median price, $542,000, up 14.64%. So kind of similar to everything else. And lastly, the townhouse sector, there were 397 sales, up 22% over last year. New listings, 472. And the current inventory, only 386 active listings, down 34%. There's hardly any listings in this sector. Months of supply, 0.97. If you're a townhouse buyer, it's really tough at the moment. And days in the market, 21 days. And the median price, $409,000. That's just a good quick rundown of our Calgary real estate market. If you have any questions at all about buying or selling or relocating to Calgary, I'd love to help you out. Give me a call. You can either call, text, email, comment, and even check out my website. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.